For years, fans have been waiting for the gates of the 4-6 Ranch to open again on screen. It was promised, it was teased, it felt inevitable. And yet today, the 4-6 spinoff exists in a strange place, neither alive nor canceled. So the real question is no longer when the show is coming, but if it ever will. The idea of the 4-6 series did not come out of nowhere. It began quietly, planted inside the world of Yellowstone, long before any official announcement was made. When the 4-6 Ranch was first mentioned and later shown on screen, fans immediately felt something different. This was not just another location, it felt like a world of its own, raw, real, and deeply tied to the heart of the Western life that Yellowstone is built on. Everything changed when Jimmy Herdstrom was sent away from the Dutton Ranch. His move was not framed as punishment, but as transformation. When he arrived at the 4-6, the tone shifted. The ranch felt tougher, stricter, and more grounded. This was a place where mistakes had real costs, and respect had to be earned every single day. Through Jimmy's eyes, viewers got a taste of what life at the 4-6 truly meant. That short time was enough to spark something big. Fans did not just like the ranch, they believed in it. The 4-6 represented a deeper version of the Western world. Less drama, more discipline, less power games, more survival. It felt like a story that deserved its own space, its own pace, and its own voice. When the idea of a full series was finally announced, it felt like a natural step forward. The 4-6 was described as a place where the rule of law and the laws of nature come together. A place where danger is not loud or flashy, but constant. A place where the most dangerous thing someone does is simply what comes next. This description alone set expectations high. This was not meant to be a simple spin-off, it was meant to be something serious. What made the dream even stronger was the fact that the 4-6 is real. This is not a made-up ranch built for television. It is a working cattle ranch with real families, real history, and real responsibility. That reality gave the show weight before it even existed. Fans believed they were going to see something honest, something respectful, and something unlike anything else on TV. For a moment, everything seemed to line up. The story was there. The setting was ready. The audience was waiting. And Jimmy's journey felt like the perfect bridge between Yellowstone and this new world. The dream of the 4-6 was not just possible, it felt close. The 4-6 series stopped being just a dream in early 2022. That was the moment when the spinoff was officially announced, and fans finally felt like their patience had been rewarded. This was not a rumor or a theory anymore. The show was real. It had a name, a direction, and a clear place inside the Yellowstone universe. Expectations immediately rose, because this announcement came with something even more important. A story already in motion. That story unfolded during Yellowstone Season 4 in an episode titled Under a Blanket of Red. This episode quietly acted as a backdoor pilot, even if it was never loudly advertised as one. Jimmy's time at the 4-6 was no longer just a side plot. It felt intentional, carefully built to introduce viewers to a new way of life. The rules were different here. The tone was harder. Respect was not optional. It was earned through work and discipline. Through Jimmy's struggle, the show showed what the 4-6 stood for. There was no room for shortcuts or ego. Every mistake had consequences, and every success came with responsibility. This was not a ranch where people talked about being tough. It was a ranch where toughness was expected, quietly and without praise. That realism made the idea of a full series even more exciting. At the time of the announcement, the 4-6 was described as a show about balance. Balance between man and land. Between order and chaos, between survival and tradition. It was framed as a place where law is shaped not just by rules, but by nature itself. That description set it apart from every other spinoff. This was not about power or family wars. This was about work, danger, and respect for something bigger than yourself. Fans believed this spinoff would slow things down in the best way. Less noise, more meaning. A deeper look at ranch life without the constant drama of the Duttons. Jimmy's growth was proof that this kind of story could work. He was no longer the careless cowboy from the early seasons. He was learning, failing, and earning his place. And viewers wanted to see where that path would lead. At that moment, everything pointed forward. The 4-6 felt locked in. The backdoor pilot had done its job. The announcement felt solid. And there was no reason to believe the show would not move ahead. After the excitement of the announcement, something unexpected happened. Nothing. Months passed with no updates. Then a full year went by. While other Yellowstone spin-offs began moving forward, the 4-6 seemed frozen in place. No casting news, no scripts, no filming dates, just silence. And in the world of television, silence often speaks louder than bad news. What made this delay even more confusing was what was happening around it. New shows inside the Yellowstone universe were being announced and developed quickly. Projects like Y Marshall's The Madison and Dutton Ranch all showed clear signs of life. Production moved, stories progressed. Meanwhile, the 4-6 remained untouched, as if time had stopped around it. At the same time, Taylor Sheridan's workload was growing fast. Beyond Yellowstone, he was deeply involved in other major series like Tulsa King, Lioness, Landman, and 1923. Each of these projects demanded attention, writing, and creative control. Sheridan is known for handling much of the writing himself, which means progress only happens when his focus allows it to happen. Then came another important detail that raised more questions. Sheridan's long-term deal with Paramount is set to end, with a new multi-year agreement with NBC Universal beginning in 2029. That timing created uncertainty. While this does not cancel the 4-6, it adds pressure. Studios do not like unclear timelines, especially for shows that require large budgets and careful planning. The 4-6 also faced a unique challenge that other spin-offs did not. Unlike studio sets or controlled locations, this ranch is a real working operation. Filming there is not simple. Cameras cannot interrupt daily ranch work. Animals cannot be paused for scenes. Everything has to fit around real life. That reality alone makes production slower and more expensive. By the end of 2022, the only confirmed update was that the series would air on Paramount Network instead of Paramount Plus. Since then, there has been nothing. No movement, no clear direction, and even fans who follow every detail closely began to wonder if the project was slowly being pushed aside. The silence did not mean the 4-6 was canceled, but it also did not mean it was moving forward, and that space in between, where hope exists without proof, became the hardest place for fans to stay. The silence around the 4-6 became even louder when Jefferson White finally spoke. As the actor who brought Jimmy Herdstrom to life, his role felt central to the idea of this spinoff. Jimmy's journey from the Dutton Ranch to the 4-6 was the emotional bridge that made the series feel real. So when Jefferson White was asked about returning in another Yellowstone show, fans listened closely. His answer was careful. He did not confirm anything. He did not deny anything. Instead, he spoke with quiet honesty. He said that as far as he knew, there were no plans right now. He admitted that he kept his fingers crossed, but also made it clear that he was grateful for what he had already done. He did not sound angry. He did not sound disappointed. He sounded realistic. That tone mattered. If the lead actor does not know what is happening, it suggests that the show is not actively moving forward. In most cases, actors are informed early when a project is close to production. Schedules need planning. Contracts need timing. Jefferson White's uncertainty revealed how far away the 4-6 still is. What stood out most was his acceptance. He spoke about not wanting to be selfish, about being thankful for the journey Jimmy already had. That kind of response does not come from someone preparing to film a new season. It comes from someone who understands that things may never return to the way they were planned. For fans, this moment was painful. Jimmy's story felt unfinished. His growth at the 4-6 was only beginning. The idea that this chapter might never be fully explored felt like a missed opportunity. And yet, Jefferson White's words did not close the door completely. He left space for hope, even if it was small. The story shows how real people are affected by industry silence. Actors wait just like fans do. They hope just like fans do. And sometimes, they are left with the same unanswered questions. Jefferson White's cautious optimism tells us one thing clearly. The 4-6 is not dead, but it is not alive either. It exists in a waiting space where belief has to survive without certainty.